Riyad Mahrez is thought to be depressed that a Man City move collapsed. Credit Getty Images. Riyad Mahrez is set for showdown talks with Leicester after Manchester City abandoned their deadline day pursuit over the £95 million price tag. Mahrez will seek an explanation from Leicester officials over how his dream move to join up with Pep Guardiola's Premier League leaders collapsed, with Manchester City reluctant to pay over £60 million for the winger. As reported by Telegraph Sport, Leicester were in no mood to sell the Algeria international and were prepared to demand a British transfer record to even contemplate doing business. Manchester City proposed 4 different offers but were not prepared to go over the £60 million mark for a player who cost just £450,000 from Le Havre 4 years ago. It is understood that no formal bids were ever submitted, but sources close to Mahrez, who has recently appointed Kia Jorishan as his agent, revealed he was very depressed after the move broke down. Riyad Mahrez is keen to play under Pep Guardiola. Credit Getty Images. Mahrez believes Leicester promised he could leave if an acceptable offer came in, but it now leaves him facing another uncomfortable situation at the former Premier League title winners, after he handed in a second written transfer request in under 12 months. The 26-year-old refused to attend training on Tuesday, in a bid to force through the move, while he was also pulled out of Claude Puel's matchday squad for the game at Everton as he was not in the right frame of mind. It is understood that on deadline day Mahrez even pleaded with the club's chairman, Vichai Srivaddhanaprabha, in a desperate attempt to persuade Leicester to do business, but Manchester City pulled out of the deal on Wednesday afternoon. A close friend is claimed to have told Sky Sports Riyad is very depressed this evening over the events of the last 2 days. He doesn't understand why Leicester have behaved in the way they have. Riyad Mahrez was part of Leicester's title-winning team. Credit EPA. This is the 4th transfer window in which Leicester have said they will allow him to leave. He feels very strongly that he has done everything in his powers for the club. He played a huge part in Leicester's promotion in his first season. He then helped them make history in winning the Premier League title, and he has done what the chairman has asked of him, which is to stay at the King Power and secure the club's Premier League safety. They have let N'Golo Kante and Danny Drinkwater go. He would have been the record sale in the history of the club and the record purchase for Manchester City. By my calculations, Leicester would have made £59.8 million profit on the player they bought from Le Havre for £450,000. He's been told by many of his former teammates that, to get out of Leicester, you have to go to war, which he has tried to avoid. He's given his all for Leicester this season so that he could leave in this window. Joining Manchester City would have been a dream for him. Playing for Pep Guardiola is something he is still desperate to do. That seems a long way off right now. He's very down about how he's been treated by a club he has served so well. Leicester never backed down from their stance that Mahrez, the 2016 PFA Player of the Year, was worth considerably more than £60 million after a transfer window in which Philippe Coutinho and Virgil van Dijk moved for fees of £142 million and £75 million respectively. They were also determined to keep Mahrez due to Manchester City stepping up their interest so late in the window, when sourcing a quality replacement would have been very difficult. Puel and Leicester's management staff now face the task of reintegrating Mahrez ahead of the home game against Swansea this weekend. Leicester must now try to reintegrate Riyad Mahrez right. Credit Getty Images. Guardiola moved for Mahrez after learning that Germany international Leroy Sane is likely to be out until late March with ligament damage. However, Brazil international Gabriel Jesus is expected to return in the next 3 weeks, and Guardiola is thought to be satisfied that the club failed to pay such a significant fee. A renewed move for Mahrez in the summer cannot be discounted, and, ironically, a bid of £60 million could be enough to persuade Leicester to accept his departure. But Leicester now face a fight to get Mahrez back on side, as they pursue a possible Europa League campaign next season. Meanwhile, Mahrez's Algerian international teammate, Islam Slimani, was granted a move by joining Newcastle on loan. Leicester's record £28 million signing was a priority target for Rafael Benitez in the January transfer window, and a deal was finally thrashed out to end his pursuit of a striker.